Good morning, students. Hi, I am Anil Parisar. Welcome back. Today we are going to learn a synopsis, The Swiss Family Robinson, which is written by the Swiss clergyman John David Weiss. This story is very inspired or motivated for everyone. The Swiss Family Robinson is a well-known adventure novel that people of many countries have enjoyed for more than 200 years. It has also been made into graphic novels and films. On this story, many graphic novels were created, even films too. The novel, written by Swiss clergyman John David Weiss, is not just an adventure. It aims at teaching young people values like self reliance, determination, love for your family, cooperation, and prudent use of resources. Friends, just keep in mind what is the motive of any story. Story always gives us moral lessons. This story teaches us self reliance, determinations, love for your family, cooperations, and so on. Even it also has good lessons relevant in natural science, good husbandry, and even mathematics. Some elements of the novel do stretch reality to a certain extent, but we must consider that it is a work of fiction and not fact file. See what he said, that is a work of fiction and not a fact file. Fact file means what? There is some imaginary events or imaginary things involved or included. But fact file means what? It is based on the real events. So this story is a work of fiction. It is not a fact file. You have to just keep in your mind. Given below is a synopsis. Synopsis means an outline of its basic story. William, Elizabeth, and their children had been traveling in a ship when the ship was caught in great storm. See in photograph. This is family. William, Elizabeth, and their children had been traveling in a ship where the ship was caught in the great storm. Great storm. See, it was storm. The other passenger evacuated without them. They just left them. William and his family, including the young children Fritz, Ernest, Jack, and Franz, were left to survive alone. They weathered the great storm waiting in the ship's hold. The ship survived the night, and the family found themselves within a sight of tropical desert island. Means unhuman, full of wild animals. The next morning, they decided to get to the island they could see beyond the reef. With much effort, they constructed a vessel out of tubs. After they filled the tubs with food and ammunition and all other articles of value they could safely carry, they rowed towards the island. The two dogs from the ship named Took and Gino swam beside them. See in picture. They use the tubs, okay, and these two dogs are there. See, after they fill the tub with food and ammunition, and all other articles of value they could safely carry, they rowed towards the island. Towards the island. See. Two dogs from the ship named Turk and Chino swam beside them. The ship's cargo of livestock, guns, and powder, carpentry tools, books, a disassembled pinnace, and provisions had also served. Over the next few days, William's father attached the floatable old cakes to one another and built a bow that curved around them. The family had landed successfully on the island. On the island, they set up a tent. They set up a tent. They set up a tent and softened the floor with armloads of grass they cut and spread to serve as their beds. They came to a grove of trees. One tree grew what looked like gourds on its trunk. The father told Fritz the gourds would make excellent bowls and spoons, and they cut them into various utensils. Means with the help of that, they made the utensils. Utensils, just household things. After some days, Elizabeth informed William that she wanted the family to move a safe place because this place is not proper to live. You know that they are in island. They are on island. Second thing is that it is full of wild animals and there are only few humans on that island. Suppose if they live in the tent, maybe some wild animal attacks on them, and so that's why she wanted the family to move to a safer place. Their current camp was not only exposed but also very dry and hot. If they built a house up in one of the large trees, they would be safe from jackals. She described a perfect tree for the object, one whose trunk was nearly 40 feet in diameter. The branches were very long and extended straight out from the trunk, making them perfect platform for a structure. Later, when determining the height of the lowest branches, the father taught the boys geometry and how to use triangles to measure big objects. He measured a defined distance from the trunk, then he calculated angles using several measured rods, determining that the lowest branch was 30 feet off the ground. See, many times we have the questions in our mind that why should we learn geometry or math? It is very essential in our day-to-day life. If you having the knowledge about the calculation geometry, then you can make a very good creation. For example, the engineers, civil engineers created the Great Bridge. This bridge we can see, but we don't see the calculation behind that, isn't it? So it's very essential that we must have the knowledge of the geometry and the mathematics. See, with the help of that, they just created the tree house. See how it's created. It is with help of calculation that how it should be long, how should be in its width, which type of the hut or the house we should create on that top of the uh, tree, everything. I hope so you understood. The father taught the boys, okay? Next paragraph. Then men knotted a rope at certain intervals and attached a piece of bamboo in each knot. Thus they created their ladder. See here, this one. Father returned to the beach and collected driftwood, thinking it would be perfect to build a sledge on runners rather than wheels. Later, they used it to transport materials, means which floated over the water. So they use it for the transport the materials. Meanwhile, Elizabeth announced that the garden she had been tending was producing healthy plants. Corn, melons, pumpkins, and cucumbers were already growing. See, when the man started to do a farming, that time woman is created of the farming. She is the creator. She came to know that if you throw the seeds on the land, after that there will be the plant. And in this way, she was the first scientist who invented the farming. Here also we came to know that Elizabeth, okay, mother, announced that the garden she had been tending was producing healthy plants. Corn, melons, pumpkins, and cucumbers were already growing. The next day, only the father and Fritz traveled to the woods, exploring and finding such exotic plant as one with the waxy fruits. Waxy fruits, okay? Now, it is another discovery. What discovery? They use the waxy fruits from which candles could be made, isn't it? Fritz discovered a tree exuding a rubbery sap from which his father claimed that they could make a boots. Thinking ahead of the next winter, father decided to create a place safe from the elements, a strong storage spot to protect themselves and their belongings. Fritz came up with the idea of cave. Not finding one, they thought of carving out their own cave in the rock abutting their camping sites. On the smooth face of the rock, father marked dimensions for an opening and they picked away at the hard surface with their axes, chisels, hammers, and shawls. Over the next several days, the family cut windows in the rocks to allow for cross currents of air and for sunlight to enter the cave. When they had finished, they had 4 rooms complete with fireplace. They now had a new winter home. See, friends, it is the just evolution of human beings. When the man started to create his house or shelter, that time he used to live in the tents. After that he found that it is a dangerous for their life, okay, and maybe the animals attack on them, so they start used to start to live on the trees, and they made the tree house. After that they felt that in winter, okay, it is not good to live on the treehouse, and that's why for their safety they they created the caves house. Okay, same way the Swiss family also curved or create the caves house, and in this way this caves house made either Swiss family. See.